Evening, call the West Mead Township Board of Supervisors meeting for December 2023 to order. Roll call.
Jordan?
Here.
Charles?
Here.
Bovard?
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please note that all supervisors' public meetings are subject to public and/or private audio and video recording. Is there any public comment on agenda items? Hearing none, please note that public comment will also be. Roll call.
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's reports for November 2023 and approve the payment of bills in the amount of $105,206.45, subject to audit.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Any discussion?
Paying bills.
Roll call.
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. Move on to the municipal reports. We'll start off with Police Chief Chip Brown.
Good evening. For the month of November, we received 48 complaints and 48 of those were cleared. Total time spent in the school zone was 15 and a half hours, with 184 and a half hours spent on traffic watch and patrol time. 86 hours was spent in the office doing reports. 36 hours of investigative time for the month, with 53 and a half hours of miscellaneous times with different meetings and going to different situations other than the patrol time. There was 25 hours of training. There was 11 traffic stops, with 1 citation being issued for obedience to traffic control devices. There were 10 warnings, 8 for speeding and 2 for stop sign. We assisted the road department 4 times. We assisted fire and EMS 3 times, and there was 1 call for general information received from the public. We investigated 1 reportable accident and 2 non-reportable accidents. There was 1 complaint of winter parking ordinance violations and 2 calls for animal complaints. There was investigations. There was 1 for DUI, 1 arrest for outstanding warrant, 1 fraud investigation, 1 shots fired call, 2 criminal mischief complaints, 1 PICS weapons violation complaint, 2 disturbances, 1 trespassing complaint, 1 harassment, 1 scattering rubbish or littering, 1 suspicious vehicle call, 1 suspicious person call. We responded to 1 residential alarm. We assisted the general motorist once, disabled motorist once, and we responded to 2 check welfare calls. Total mileage of the police vehicles was 3,302 miles.
Okay, any questions or comments for Chief Brown?
That shots fired thing, was that in?
No, that was a complaint that was made, but
Not
was
found.
basically unfounded.
Okay. That's all I have, thank you.
I just have one more thing. So we've been getting calls or information about the illegible plates where the plates are peeling. So the colored portion of the registration plates, you can't read them. So we actually have PennDOT forms, and if somebody wants to get their plate replaced, they can, if they want to, they can come up to the township, get the form, fill it out, have an officer look at your plate that's on it and show that it's still valid. He'll sign off it, and then you can send it into PennDOT and they will reissue you another plate for your vehicle. So it's coming, whether the people want to take it upon themselves and get ahead of the curve and do it, or before the fact or after the fact. But we have the forms up here, the new updated forms, we have them, and we can have them available up in your office.
Is there any deadline on that for people, or
No.
is it just?
Is there a fee associated with that as well, though?
No,
No.
no.
It happened to me. I
I
went
got-
through Brad Roy's office.
I got one
but-
right now.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah, all we need is, we have to confirm the plate is the plate that's on the vehicle and see the registration card to show that that plate is current and in registration at the moment. Pretty simple, form to fill out, and then, like I said, the officer just signs off it, and then you send it in to PennDOT, and they're not real quick on the turnaround for the plate, but at least if you take the initiative, at least you're doing something.
Are the plates still made at prisons?
I was told they are, but I was recently told they weren't. So, I do know at one point, there was a couple of state facilities that were basically stamping out the plates.
Sure.
But, just like everything else, materials go to the lowest bidder, and apparently when they did these couple years of plates, the lowest bidder wasn't probably the right choice.
I got you.
So, and it makes it, it makes it tough for everybody.
But you could actually be cited for that if you don't.
I don't believe anybody
Okay.
would. But
Warning,
again,
maybe.
we're making the forms available for,
Right.
Yeah,
and
that's
they don't
not-
even have to be township residents. I mean, anybody wants to come up and grab a form, and we'll take care of it and help you out and get you back being legible again.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chip.
Yep.
Good thing.
John, with the road report for the month?
Now, from November 14th to today, we actually had 3 what I'll call real days of winter, where we had to do some plowing and putting down some anti-skid to keep the roads safe. We still have been doing some vacuuming on both sides of the township, small piles here and there, but for the most part, we're trying to clean out ditches and clogged up culverts where there's an overabundant amount of leaves, more or less out into the country areas. And we've also worked at trying to clean up the leaves at Oak Grove Park, because there's always a ton down there. We had miscellaneous equipment repairs. Everything that we own has had a complete service, from the trucks to the police cars. And right now, we're in the morning hours. We're taking a little bit of time each morning to de-tar and wash and wax all the vehicles, which will include the police cars as well. We'll have to just alternate, and we like to try to do that and clean them up, and you get a lot of tar on them and debris and road debris, and they just don't look good. So we're trying to get that done and get it cleaned up. But we've also been cutting trees and brush, and we had some trees that were dead, that were hanging over the roads, Phelps Road, Williamson Road. We've got to finish the one project out on Williamson, where we have 2 more trees out there to get that are actually leaning completely, hanging over the road, and a good windstorm could put them down. So we're trying to get those down and giving the wood to the resident. So we also started our brush cutting on Tamarack, hoping that we can get it done in a reasonable amount of time, and possibly have a paving project on Tamarack Drive for 2024. We've also been replacing and repairing barricades that got damaged throughout the year, painting them and going to re-stencil them. We've also been out repairing road signs, posts, and again, these last couple of days where we had some winter, people are mowing down signs and delineator posts and whatnot, so we've been out fixing those, and the stoplights as well. We had a little bit of building maintenance and repaired some ceiling tiles and lights, and we cleaned up the shop out there, and we normally like to try to steam clean the floor. We haven't got to that, but we've cleaned the drains all out and got everything working so that we're not having any issues through the winter months. And that's pretty much so the month.
All right. Thank you, John. Any questions or comments? Jill, with the zoning report for the last month?
For the month of November, we had 1 residential demolition, one residential garage addition for $16,000, one commercial building for $471,514, for a total value of $487,514. I also did go in front of the magistrate here just last week regarding a property that needed cleaned up. And I was very well prepared according to the magistrate's office, and we won that. And basically, hopefully people take heed, because it's a long drawn-out process and it can cost a lot of money if people end up having to pay fines in front of the magistrate. So we'd rather work with people, but I just would recommend people take heed when we call and notify them.
Well, this particular situation, it was a renter too that was
Yes.
involved in the mess, and sometimes that's kind of difficult, because if you're a good landlord, you end up with the worst renters. You don't know what you're going to get. So I know that was a tough one for you, but I'm glad that we're going to get it cleaned up and it's behind us.
I will say, we go after the property owner. We don't want to be in the middle of landlord-tenant issues. So if you own the property, you are ultimately responsible.
Yeah.
That's what we tell them.
Right.
Okay, any
That's it.
questions or comments for Jill? All right, thank you very much. All right, we'll move on to the first item under regular business, and that would be the proposed 2024 budget. We'll quickly hold a budget hearing for final review of the proposed 2024 budget. To my knowledge, nothing has changed since last month when we initially proposed it. I'll quickly go over the Cliff Note version here, I guess. Our general fund, we're looking at total receipts of $1,368,536 for budgeted total receipts for the general fund. Budgeted expenses for the general fund. Would be $1,454,116, and the difference is made up with the carryover from this year, right? Our state liquid fuels, we're budgeting receipts of $220,709 and budgeted expenses $241,227. And again, the difference will be made up with our beginning fund balance, or excuse me, our ending fund balance. This year, which would be the beginning fund balance for next year. Capital Reserve Fund. We have $1,292 in there, and we're planning on spending all of it next year on our parks, looks like. And then we'll be closing that account out. Our Capital Reserve Fund, we're expecting receipts of $87,500, and we're budgeting expenses of $70,000. Our Capital Reserve Interest Fund, we're budgeting receipts, total receipts of $72,800, and combining that with the budgeted beginning balance, we're gonna have expenses of $229,000, spending most of that on equipment and public safety items. And then our American Rescue Plan Act fund, we plan on spending the rest of that, which would be about $26,323, and we'll be closing that account out in 2024. So again, that's just a Cliff Note version of our budget, which the proposed budget has not changed since it was initially proposed at the November meeting. Is there any public comment on the proposed 2024 budget? Okay, hearing none, I will entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2023-15, adopting the 2024 budget, and also resolution number 2023-16, setting the real estate tax millage for 2024 at 5.25 mils.
I make that a motion, Don.
I'll second that.
And that second one, that's kind of important, right? It's
The fact that there's no tax increase?
Yes, very
that,
important.
and, we can actually levy taxes. We're making sure we have that
Ability.
ability
to do that.
The only thing I have to say is a lot of people don't understand where their tax dollars is getting spent and whatnot. This budget will show you. But I can tell you, Jill went out, and I was pleased to see this. You probably can't get it out there much plainer than this. You can have a copy of this if you want to come in. Jill will give it to you. She'll even explain it to you. Take just a few minutes to let you know where your tax dollars are going. She's got this thing broke down right to the penny, and if you don't understand it, call and, just have her explain it to you. It's a very simple process, and, I believe we give a ton of services for all the more we receive, and a lot of people don't understand that. They don't. The majority of their tax dollars is schools, county, stuff of that nature. And what is it, Donnie? Or I can't see it from, it's 5-something.
I just hold that up for the
Yeah.
It's on our
audience at
website
home.
also.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, listen, if you don't understand it, and there's a lot of people that don't, because they get frustrated over something and say, hey, listen, I pay my taxes and I demand this or that. That's okay, but just understand before you start ripping into somebody what you really pay and what you're getting for your tax dollars.
So what
And,
John is alluding to in this pie chart, so you have your real estate taxes, your property taxes. Over 66% of your property taxes goes to the school district. Over 26% of your property taxes go to Crawford County. And then 6.44%, so less than 7%, actually comes to West Mead Township, the municipality that you live in. So, a very small percentage of your property taxes, your real estate taxes, actually come to the township. Most go to the school district and the county.
Thank you. What else do we need here?
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Hoover?
Yes. Okay, item number 2. We're going to review an application for a small flow sewage treatment facility for Max Weiss at 8400 Franklin Pike. The application must be reviewed by the township before it can be submitted to DEP. And this small flow facility will replace his current system. The township is required to adopt a resolution to revise the township's official sewage facilities plan to include this small flow facility. Also required is a maintenance agreement. So Jill, Alan, either one of you want to touch on this?
Yeah, I can do it real quick, or Alan. I mean, basically, we got a whole packet of information that has to be supplied to DEP. They had to hire an engineer. They have a system that's questionable
Defunct.
functioning.
Yeah.
So they're wanting to replace and repair it. Mike Renkovich, our SEO, has been involved, going to have to do annual inspections. So this is just a normal procedure for somebody that wants to repair and make it better for down the road. So this is a normal procedure. It's a lot of paperwork, it seems like, but they're doing a standard in-ground system.
Oh, are they?
Is what my understanding, well, I should say,
Small flow.
it all depends, it's a small
Yeah.
flow system.
Okay.
So maybe not the new Elgin or something,
Yeah.
but And if anybody wants to look at it, there's,
They have the permit for it from the DP.
Yeah,
yeah. So there's plenty of, the drawings are even here.
Require a registered or contractor to do that work, or no?
No, just has to have, you have to have an engineer, you have to have an engineer.
Study, or,
Plans. You have to-
yeah, okay, got you, yep.
and the resolution essentially revises our official sewage plan so that that would be a permitted sewage facility for that town.
Yes.
Okay.
Then they have to provide the documentation to us every year, the inspections, all of the necessary requirements that we put in place in our Act 537.
Yep.
And you need a motion?
Yes.
I'll make
Item
it.
C, I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2023-17, revising the official sewage facilities plan and to authorize signing of the agreement.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Hobart?
Yes. Okay, that's it for the regular business. Just one note this evening. Our reorganizational meeting will be on January 2nd, 2024, at 5 PM, followed by the regular monthly meeting. So it's on a different day of the month. It's not the second Tuesday. In this case, it's actually the first Tuesday. Is there any public comment at this time? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to supervisor's final comment. Mike?
Well, it's, I guess, the season, and I just want to wish everybody in the township a happy holiday and a good new year. Be careful out there. I know we haven't been hit with much snow, but one of these days, I think we're going to wake up and get a rude awakening, but it sure is nice right now the way it is. I will take every day like this. It's a day behind us, so once again, everybody have a nice holiday.
I just echo the same thing Mike said. Yeah, it's been fortunate not to have this bad weather. It's been cold, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll take it. Every day's a good day that's like this. So that's all I have.
I'll be politically incorrect. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a very blessed and happy Christmas, and a very happy and safe New Year. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all next year.
And we are,
Entertain a motion to adjourn to,
When we go back to the work session?
back to our Republic Study session.
I'll make that a motion.
a second.
Discussion, roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Hobart?
Yes, meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.